What's going on, Pacino? Yo, what's going on, Don? Congratulations. I heard the good news. Hey, how we doing? Reggie, Kenneth, Al, what's going on? Philip, how you doing? Miss Honey, what's going on? Jet Blue, let me borrow a flight, man. Send me a private plane. Ashley Gibson, how you doing? What time is it? Right now it's 3:27. 3:27. Oh, that's good, Ashley. What's going on, John? Hey, Mike. What's that? I'm trying to make sure. Is that I don't want to pronounce your name wrong. Is it? No, I don't want. I don't want to mess your name up. To be honest, I just hate mess people's name up. So disrespectful. So I'm just gonna call you Mr. Roberts, or Mrs. Or I'm just gonna call you Roberts. I ain't gonna mess up right now. Oh, it's 3:30 a.m. Wow, wow, man, where you at? Good lord, man. All right, so who's got some questions, man? Who got some tax questions? Answer a few tax questions up front before I get started here. If anybody's got one. I just say tax questions. I'm like in the tax mentality right now. So I've been doing tax consultations and stuff, man. So I'm talking about taxes. Anybody got a credit question? You can ask a tax question too if you want, by the way, because I do know taxes as well. But I meant to say credit question. Mitchell, what's going on, man? Appreciate the love, man. So let me know if you got a question too. Definitely appreciate that. Happy Mardi Gras. Oh man, it's Mardi Gras today. Oh man, I'm all late. The turnip, I know the turnip is real right now. If you out there in Mardi Gras, man. Super Queen B, how we doing? Oh, Indonesia. Oh my God, you Indonesia. Woo! I know that is live over there. Yes, I do Forex as well. You already know. What's a good app to keep up with taxes? Like as far as keeping track of your expenses, I use One Receipt only because it's a lot better, I think, and it's a lot more affordable than a tax bot because there's a tax bot app as well. But I use the One Receipt app that way I can take pictures of my receipts, throw the receipts away because receipts fade. So if you keep a receipt for the whole entire year, you'll find out it'll be completely white. And if you didn't write it down previously, then it's going to fade away. So you're not really going to know what you spent unless you can put a piece of paper over that receipt and kind of use like a pencil and kind of scratch it, old school to see what's behind that, um, that etching. But it's just easier to use One Receipt. Now with me, I like to use One Receipt in combination with a particular credit card. So that way I know that all of my business expenses are on one credit card for the most part. And I also, if I do something outside of that credit card, I have it put inside of the One Receipt app, which goes into a cloud system. So if my phone breaks, it gets lost, doesn't matter. I always have access to my files. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question there. Uh, help you with a late payment. How recent is the late payment? If your late payment, if it is not older than 6 months, preferably a year, um, it's gonna be like almost impossible to get off like in a reasonable, realistic amount of time. Just keeping it 100 with you. So if you got a late payment as of like 30 days ago, 60 days ago, I'm not gonna shoot the breeze with you to get you to spend some money with me on my channel. Um, Late payments that are not at least 6 months to preferably a year old are the hardest thing to get off um, with an open account. Just letting you know. So you gotta give me some more information, but say, hey Jay, I have disputed a collection account 4 rounds and it's still on. Please help. Kenya Bland. So disputing it doesn't tell me anything because you can dispute it for a plethora of reasons. There's a lot of reasons why you can say that, you're trying to get something off. Like you say it's not yours, you know, which for the most part, that's what you're saying. You're basically saying in so many words that this did not happen or this is not mine. I don't care how you want to word it. I don't care who you talk to. I don't care who you pay. I don't care if you're doing it yourself. You're basically saying that this is not right. I didn't do this. This amount is wrong. Whether it's right or not, you're basically disputing it um, of being right. So you can't send the same information in like all the time, because if you find out just from 2 rounds that it's not working, you need to change your method, change your wording, change your print, whatever you're using as a template. You need to change something that you're saying, because you're not getting your answer. You're not getting the answer that you want. You've got to reword it to where you can get the answer you want. And so I do sell a course as well. If you want, I really can't tell you exactly what to put on your form as far as your write-up, because number one, I don't know exactly what you are disputing. So people try to just give like an open and shut answer when it comes to like, okay, what do I put when I'm doing a dispute? Well, there's a lot of things like a lot of people do, first thing they do is validity. Is this valid? Now keep in mind, you don't have to prove it's valid, they do. Okay, so if they prove that it's valid, okay, now what's your next step? Because if you're talking about you did 4 rounds, you did 4 rounds of what? You did 4 rounds of the same thing, or you did validity first, then you went to the amount is incorrect, then maybe you went to after the amount's not incorrect, you went to well, this company, I already paid it and now they got to prove that it's not been paid, or so on and so forth. So you got to know, like, do you have like a tiered set of things you're doing in order and why it's not coming off? Because it's a little bit vague on that, but there is no one, let's say, like one hitter quitter thing doing a traditional credit repair that's going to get that off. And even with me and my service, I let people know, like, yeah, you can get results in 1 month. It's possible, but to get everything off in 1 month with a standard service, it's not realistic. And so that's why I have people pay for 6 months and they get 6 months for free, because it could take 10 months, and I don't want them paying for that long. So it's a little bit harder to kind of break down. Hopefully that makes some sense to you. But if you want us to do it, we definitely can do it. I'm not trying to make you do it, but you definitely can. Oh man, Mitchell, that's clutch, man. I really appreciate that, bro. Like, man, you come on the channel, man, like with blessings, man. Blessings, many blessings. And if anybody wants to, do a super chat, you can use Apple Pay or Google Pay or anything like that. You want to send a 99 cents, what I'm saying, to the channel, we definitely appreciate it. So, and happy Friday to everybody as well. Thank you. I am going to sign up. Oh yeah, that'd be great, Kenya. And like I said, that wasn't to play you on doing that, or trying to convince you to do that anyway. It was just it's just very hard to, tell you exactly what to do without kind of having a basis of what you've already done. So, but yeah, if you want us to do it, we'll definitely take care of it for you. Shep, what up? Thanks for the love. I've learned a lot from you. Hey, man, I get a lot of people telling me that they were able to do a lot of things, from houses, Beamers, Porsches, buy how, like get into real estate and flip stuff because of the knowledge from the channel. So, I didn't try to be funny, man. I got literally like 60,000 hours of content, man. Like it seems like I might be exaggerating, but I've done so many live videos where I gave away so many nuggets of information. Some things I probably shouldn't even said, to be honest, but I gave away so much free game. I don't think people really understand like how much knowledge is on my channel. People are like, man, you're not telling people the right stuff. Like, no, I give away the game to a lot of people, but people don't want to take the time to actually go through hours of tape. It's kind of like, you want to be a great basketball player. You're trying to, research your competition, but you don't watch any film. Like, how are you supposed to study the game, study who your opponents are? Or even in football, you're not studying any tape. You're not studying how you can beat your opponent. You're not studying how you can really take over the game with your credit, even if you want to do it all yourself for free. I gave away so much game. I'm talking about credit game, tax game, business game, real estate game, money flipping game, drop ship game. Like, anybody who's been watching me like faithfully and who's been applying it knows for 1,000% facts that I've been giving so much away. And some folks who've applied it, some folks who haven't, but they've heard it. You know what I'm saying? They've heard it, they've seen it, and it's just like, the people who come now, who might be watching newly now, this might be your first video, your second video, your third video. But man, if you really go back through my videos and go through my lives, like anytime you have some extra time just to like listen, and when you hear something, your ears perk up, go back and then rewind it and actually watch it as you're listening. Like, the information can change your life, and you don't have to spend a dime to do that. Like, it's 100% free because it's here on YouTube. And so it's just amazing to me, like how much, or let me say, it's amazing how many people have actually applied it, who've told me they've applied it. I'm sure there's people who haven't told me, but I know I've had at least a good 30 to 50 people who have personally called or text and said, because of your information, I was able to do this. And these people are not my clients. They just watch my channel. And they said, man, I saw this live video you did 6 months ago, and man, it changed my life. And it's just a blessing to even hear that. So nobody on YouTube can say that, hey man, he's not giving away the keys. He wants you to pay for the keys. Like, I give away the keys and I show the keys. I even show my phone. I scroll through my phone to show certain keys of what to do. And those who apply it, those who go watch my back videos, they get it. Those who don't, they just miss out. You know what I'm saying? So just want to kind of break that down, man. Let's see. Is the AU game drying up? I feel like in a lot of ways it is, but here's the thing about opposition. Like, I like opposition. If there's no opposition, I'm not going in the right direction. And so while there are others who see, they might have their AU business, might be, failing, or they might be closing up shop for their AU business. And see, I look at, okay, innovate. How can I change the game? A lot of companies just period, they shut down because they don't innovate. They don't want to grow or change or go to the next thing because they're so dead set that what they have works. And so in my mind, there's an opportunity. So when people are jumping ship, I'm standing flat-footed, like, okay, this AU doesn't work, this AU doesn't work. Well, which ones work, and let me stick to those. Okay, and that's why I'm only doing discover cards, because I know that they work. So until they stop working, I'm still working with them, because that was something I know that can post. It can post fast. It can keep phone calls down. People are like, man, when is it going to post? Is it posted yet? When is it available? I know how they work. I know how to get them to report. I know if a person is lying about adding them or not. So for me, it was opportunity compared to just, jumping ship or getting out of that game altogether. As much as I thought about it, but I'm like, you know what? Real G's don't run. Like, we figure out how to take advantage when the other people are running. You know, like when the market's going to crash again. By the way, so when the market crashes again, there's gonna be a lot of people who will be running. I'm gonna be running the opposite direction towards buying some properties up and stuff like that, and trying to get all these stocks at the bottom dollar, because I know that it's going to happen, and the people who take advantage are the people who are going to win. So I'm taking advantage of everybody jumping ship. Okay. Jimmy, I can't front. You put me on Navy, Fed. Now I got 25K flagship, and I'm feeling like Ghost in Power before he got shot. I feel unstoppable right now. Shout out to you, Jay. Yo, that's crazy. I feel like Ghost before he got shot. Man. Yo, man, that's a good show, for real. For real, man. But yeah, Ghost is on top of the world, man. Everybody's watching that. King said facts. Derek said, I'm one of them. That's what I'm talking about, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. But yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing to be able to say, what I've done has an impact, from being myself, not being anybody else, not going with status quo, not having to wear a suit, not having to be something I'm not, but just give that raw, uncut, real talk, inspiration, whether you're in jail or whether you're in, tuxedo 5-piece suit, you know what I'm saying? Like, to be able to have a platform like YouTube to be able to reach people all across the world, who, may just want information on, credit here in America. It might be somewhere else. Like, it's very like, man, it's just incredible to, like, have the kind of power we're talking about, power right now, like having that type of tool, like, with YouTube, having that tool to be able to reach people, and people be able to hear, and it reach those people that it needs to reach. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have the amount of subscribers I have, because it resonates with those people. It's not gonna resonate with everybody. I'm not looking for everybody. I'm not gonna have a million people channel. It's not video games. It's not toys. It's not kid shows. It's not gossip. You know what I'm saying? It's, like, the raw and uncut, the people who don't sell their souls for a check. Like, those people don't have a strong following. Like, the people who really out here trying to change lives and do things the right way, and like those people are not the most popular people. The most popular people are the people that do all the stuff that are distractions. And because my information is not a distraction, it's not going to be as popular. But I thank God for everybody who, this resonates with, and, people who hear not just the credit game, but they hear like the real life, like, application things that I spit about everything, man. About, like, yo, going out there and getting it, not making excuses, man. Not even sending me $1. Just go do something, man. Like, go stop acting like, your color stops you. Stop acting like, your situation stops you. Like, only you can do that, man. Only you can, stop you. Like, people saw me go from, apartment to house, from house to multiple businesses. You know what I'm saying? From, BMW to now having, BMW to BMW and Suburban, then BMW, Suburban, and Tesla. and now BMW, Tesla, and Tesla, and now BMW, Tesla, Tesla, Tesla. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have seen that, and so it's like not having all the things that people say you gotta have in order to have these things. Like, I know for a fact, whether anybody is watching live here right now at this moment, I know for a fact that people are, you know, hearing this and understanding that, you know, it's good, you know, and it's helping them because they're like, yo, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have a college degree, I don't have a high school diploma, I'm in jail, I done did all that, so there's no excuses, you know. Okay, now what? We beat that. So you got to go win anyway because I freaking won. So now you got to go win. Stop making them excuses, man. Don't nobody care. It's Friday. You ain't got no money. Don't nobody care about that. Go get some money. Go grind it out. But yeah, back to questions. Sorry about that little rant. Let me check some quick questions here. Jay, you put me on game. My mindset has changed for the better, man. Salute, man. Salute that. That's what I'm talking about. Bro, you're transforming minds, and I love it. That's what it's all about. You've motivated me to start a channel and educate people. Yes, man. Please let me know when you start your channel so I can subscribe. Okay? Start your channel so I can subscribe, man. AJ, can you check out my question up at the top? Yes. Social influencer is a term. Okay, yeah. You know, man, look, I am very bad with terminology. I know that. I know I'm bad with what they call it, but let me check your question right here. Hold on. Derek. I think I got another one. I missed like 2 questions. Oh, okay. I just started a business LLC last year, but didn't earn any revenue yet. But on my taxes, I want to show I made profit. How do I do that? Okay. You didn't make any revenue on paper, or you didn't make any revenue at all. Now, if you didn't make any revenue at all, you do not have to show any profit to get those deductions that you spent money on. So the cost of your business to start it, the cost of any materials, the cost of your gas, your food, any gifts you gave, $25 or less in gifts, if you paid your children any money, if you paid any for advertising, anything that you spent on business expenses, you can deduct those expenses, okay? So you can make $0, like literally $0. You can make $0 for 3 years with having a business. Like, I mean, no money. Like, I'm not even talking about like paper zero. I'm talking about you didn't make, nobody gave you, nobody, you didn't sell nothing. But because you are attempting to make money, you can file for 3 years. After 3 years, you can't file until you make money because they consider your business now a hobby. You ain't making no money for 3 years, you ain't got no business, bucko. You got a hobby. So they're going to say, look, no, we can't file it no more. But at least for the first 3 years, you get a pass. So any deductions that you accumulated, whether it was technically personal and business, okay, you can write off on your taxes without actually having to show any income. Now, doing it any other way, as far as like, you know, how can I show income and you really didn't make any income, like all that's just going to be, you know, lying at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be like 100% lying on that. And I don't want to get you any tax trouble by going and lying about, you know, what you made when you really didn't make it. Because if you ever get audited, and an audit can come back for your business within 10 years, like literally 10. I know people talking about 7 and 8. No, they can come back 10 years. So they can be like, okay, it's now 2039. You know what I'm saying? They can come back and say, okay, well, you know, back, 2029. They can be like, okay, well, back in 2020, man, we saw your reports. We just want to see proof of this deduction that you said you got. And if you can't provide that, then they're going to hit you. And now you got to pay whatever that money was that you had 9 years ago. You got to pay that money back to that current year. So, I wouldn't suggest lying. I would suggest, though, making sure you are able to count every deduction and take the time, whatever time it takes. I don't care if you got a job full time, you got kids, you got wife, you got whatever. You know, when they go to sleep, you need to get your butt up and write down, go through all of your bank statements, all that kind of good stuff, and make sure that you get every deduction you can possible. Take one day and do December. Take another day and do November. Break it down in small chunks. That way you can get it done. But I'm not kind of give you more than what you asked for, but just to make sure there's answering follow-up questions about it. That might all that information just might help in its entirety. So sorry for being long-winded, but definitely max out your deductions, okay? And don't lie on your income, because it can hurt you in the end. Okay, let me see. I missed another question here from In Inc. How are companies saying they can remove bankruptcies when it really takes years? What does your company do differently to get results? Okay, now a bankruptcy is removed automatically off of your credit most of the time, depending on how many accounts are attached to it. That can actually come off in 7 to 10 years for your bankruptcy. Okay, it can automatically be taken off, and if it's not, you can request for it to be taken off. Okay, that is from a natural standpoint. Now, for you to get it removed, there are things that I do to get them removed, and you don't have to take what is said in order for it to be the truth. Because keep in mind, a company, let's talk about a company for a second. A company can file bankruptcy today under a company name, like let's say Toys R Us. They can file bankruptcy, get rid of all their debt, and before they do that, they put all their assets in other people's names. Okay? Get rid of all their debt, go start a new company, buy all their assets back for $1, and have a brand new company called Us is Toys, for an example, right? And so they started all over. They got rid of all of their debt legally, and they got a brand new company. So how is that possible? How can a company do that and a person cannot do that? Just like anything else, there are loopholes to everything. And there's a lot of legal loopholes that people take advantage of that a lot of people don't. There are some people who file bankruptcy on a regular basis just so they don't have any debt. And that is their strategy to do. A business can do it as well. It's a strategy. Now, if a person does it, it's a negative. But there are ways to get around that and to get that not showing, because there's different things when it comes to paperwork. Somebody can be guilty of a crime and they can still walk away scot-free. Why is that? Lack of testimony, lack of evidence, planted evidence, not reading their rights. It can be a lot of things that can happen to where that can get turned around and come off. Okay, so what we do at J Knows Credit is we kind of go with those things that, okay, yes, you got a bankruptcy, but was anything wrong that was done on that bankruptcy? See, if you don't know what questions to ask, you can't ask them. Just like writing a credit repair letter. If you don't know what to say on your dispute letter, then it's not going to have any power when they read it. They're going to read it like, oh, this person knows what they're doing. Verified. So that's the reason, that you're able to get it off, because, all debt in this country is illegal. 100% of it. All debt. Every debt that you have is 100% illegal. That means every debt has a loophole where it can come off your credit. How can I owe $100,000 in credit cards and they can call me to make a deal for $13,000? If I pay $13,000 right now, cash money, they'll take off all the rest of my debt. And I only pay $13,000 compared to $100,000. How is that possible? If it's really mine. If I really owe it. Why would they accept less money? Because they cannot garnish my check for it. So they got to get something. And because it's illegal, and I don't know that, I don't know how to work it to my advantage. So there's a lot that you don't know, and that's okay to not know. But once you know, now you're held accountable for what you know. Even if you get a little glimpse of it, it's your job to go and research. Because I can tell you stuff all day, but if you don't know for yourself, everything I say is just hearsay. So study to show yourself approved, look things up, understand, and go look at the national debt clock while you're at it. Go look at the U.S. national debt clock. Go to usdebtclock.org, usdebtclock.org, and see all the debt that we carry in America. And be like, okay, how is all this legal? Anyway, too deep. I'm not gonna go too deep into that. Okay, but bro, you transforming minds, and I love it. That's what it's all about. You motivated me to start a channel, educate people. I would most definitely refer to you and drive more people to your channel. Appreciate it. AJ, yep, that's the top. Okay. It's always best to stay on the side of truth. Excellent advice. Absolutely. Let's see. God is first. CJ, selling trade lines is fraudulent. Aren't you the same guy who commented on my post talking about, you commented on one of my other videos talking about, you said all this stuff is fraudulent, but you said, hey, but you should go to my other person, blah, 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 in order to start, and that person's going to really fix your credit. Like, I'm not sure if you think that I'm stupid or think people are stupid, but you are definitely another credit repair page that is trying to basically drive traffic to your thing. Now, if selling trade lines or selling authorized users was fraudulent, there would be so many companies who've been doing it for over 20 years, over 30 years, since probably before you were born, that were selling trade lines. And also, trade lines are not only for friends and family. That's a lie, because you can call any credit card company right now and say, hey, can I add an authorized user? They're going to say, yeah, who you want to add? Well, does the person have to be a family or friend? And they're going to say, no, they don't. You know what I'm saying? So, it's very, I have more than you, son. You have more what? You have more money? More knowledge? What does having more mean to me? You're watching me. You're giving me views. You're giving me revenue by watching me. This is making you popular because I'm actually using your name. I'm actually giving you a shout out right now. You should be appreciative. You should be thanking me for even giving you my time to even, talk about your name. I know he's very slow, but that's what happens when you don't have knowledge compared to when you do. You speak when you don't. A lot of people speak a lot of things they don't know in order to sound smart when they're really not. Common sense is not really common. And I know a lot of y'all know that now with being in this day and age in the internet, and people are always so quick to speak and not to think before they speak. And so all good vibes, you know what I'm saying? But but yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing, because I know, and that's why I thank all of everybody who subscribes and everybody who watches and gives their time, takes time out of their day to watch me and my content. Like, whether you're positive or negative, like, I love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love it. It is, you're going to get criticized no matter if you're doing good or bad, but especially if you're doing good, you're going to get criticized a whole lot more when you're doing good than when you're doing bad. Because when you're doing bad, you get a lot of pity, and everybody's all, saying, oh, but then you start doing good and nobody else around to talk. So, it's a very beautiful thing. Let's see. Does your sweep consist of pie minimizer? I don't know what a pie minimizer. I'm sorry. I don't know if that is a if pie. I don't know if that's a what do you call it? A misspelling or what? I don't know what a pie PI minimizer is. You got to educate me on that. Educate me. Teach me about what a pi minimizer is. A PI. Does my suite consist of a PI minimizer? I have no idea what that is. A PI minimizer. Oh, okay. Personal info minimizer. I'm not sure what you're asking. You're more than welcome to text us and ask that question more deeper, as far as are you trying to figure out if your information is safe in any way? Because anything that I do with the information, everything is safeguarded. So um, I really don't know, about a minimizer or like that. And I'm not sure if you know how I do my process, because most people don't. I don't go through the same channels that everybody else that you may have heard of goes through. So, and that's why people usually, that's why I don't even use the terminology, because that terminology, people think it requires, having to file a police report and all that stuff. And that's not what I do. I don't do police reports, zero at all. So nothing I do is illegal in the sense to where I'm gonna get somebody in trouble legally, because I'm not filing any fake police reports to get anything off your credit. So when people hear sweeps, the first thing they think about is police report. And that's not what I do. You know what I'm saying? So do I do credit reversals? No, I do not do credit reversals. For the FTC, I use certain things for that. It really depends. It really depends on what I'm doing and what the client's paying for. PI minimizer is a method that Ali Tafda uses. Okay. That's great. Shout out to whoever Ali Tafda is. And if you want to go follow him, go follow him. Maybe some of these guys work for him. Y'all can go follow him and subscribe to him, and maybe he does a great job. I don't know. But I don't use that method. So you know what I'm saying? I have nothing to go by with that. Bro, is there any possible your make Q&A time for your Forex experience? Oh, for Forex, I do one-on-one trainings for Forex. So, I know there's a lot of guys on here. Like my boy Jeremy Cash, CEO, he does a lot of Forex videos, stuff like that. I have a whole nother channel that's gonna be called J Knows. Y'all see that. And where people can actually get that information on different things. But right now I do one-on-one sessions for Forex teaching, because I found personally that most courses on Forex, people are not really making money from it, because they're not getting that personalized experience to get their questions answered and really know it for themselves. So I do one-on-ones with people, and I do it based on their time to make sure that they learn and that they know what they're doing without any audience or any pressure, or having to click a video, try to zoom in and see what's going on in the video and all of that. So as of right now, I just do that one-on-one to make sure the person really learns what they're doing. Oh, okay. I got you. Exactly. Okay, but yeah, let me tell you about what we got going on. For those of y'all who did not watch yesterday, we do have 3 specials going on right now. We do have the $9.97 special, $14.97 special, and we have the $19.97 special. Okay, so the $9.97 special is going to be for people who want to get the expungement services. I don't do sweep services. I do expungement services. Okay, so the expungement service is going to be $9.97. Those people who have like 5 accounts, no specialty items. Specialties are bankruptcies and repos and all that. But a person who might just have, 5 accounts, they want to get rid of those. They want to get rid of those, really fast within 60 business days. I'm sorry, 120 business days. Sorry about that. This is a different service. They got to pay $9.97 for that. Now, a person who has 10 accounts, maybe you got 10 accounts on all three bureaus, you want to get those 10 accounts removed, that's going to be $14.97 for that. And with no specialty items, specialties, bankruptcies, repossessions, those are all specialty items, okay? And then for the people who do have specialty items, 10 accounts or less, it's going to be $19.97. So those are straight set prices. No need for a consultation for those prices from now until the 29th of this month. After the 29th, it's going to go back to being, the regularly scheduled prices. So everybody can, take advantage of that. I know people keep asking because people are trying to, kind of already know where they're going to spend the refund check money, and they want to kind of bounce. As people are calling about getting a set price and all that kind of stuff. So I'm like, okay, forget it. I'm going to do a set price for everybody so they can go ahead and get a set price out the way. All right. But it has to be limited because I know it's going to be a lot of people who are going to be trying to get it. And it's going to put me behind with having so many files done at one time. So right now, between now and the 29th, okay, $9.97 for 5 accounts, $14.97 for 10, $19.97 for 10 if you have 10, and in those 10 you have some specialty items. Okay, I'm gonna go over specialty items again. That's gonna be like student loans, repossessions, bankruptcies, foreclosures, child support, anything like major like that. Those are gonna be specialty items. Things that are not specialty items: a regular collection, medical bill, credit card that got closed, $5,000 credit card that closed it down, closed by a credit grantor, you didn't pay it, whatever like that. Okay, so those 3 things is what we're talking about. Okay, so take advantage between now and the 29th. There is no other video on this. There is no other public video right now. This is only through that I've actually made it for so far. I posted it yesterday in the live. I said it today in the live, and I haven't made it public yet. So everybody else is going to have an even more limited time to do it. And I'm only taking 20 clients per amount. So I'm only taking 20 people at $9.97, 20 at 14, and 20 at 19. That's going to be 60 clients I got to do. So that's where I'm cutting it off at. So I'm letting you all know first because this is where I first got, as far as a name here on YouTube. So I'm letting y'all know first as far as that pricing goes before it goes anywhere else like an Instagram, or even goes, full blast on YouTube for the people who do not watch me live. So people who do watch me live, y'all getting first dibs on that, and take advantage, or not. You don't have to, but take advantage, okay? Inquiries, there is no special inquiries for the whole year of 2020. So anybody waiting on an inquiry removal service thing, you're not going to get that. Actually, speaking of inquiry removals, I was actually going to post this today here, but let me show you. Let's see. These are some, check out the dates. Check out the dates of the inquiries so you can see. I'm actually going to post this video, little quick snippet on Instagram of just some inquiries being deleted. And you can see what the dates are, so nobody can say these are old. These are all like 2019, in late 2019 inquiries that all are deleted. Right there. So I believe the inquiry game is just there's no point even having discounts on the inquiries. I have that so much solid on that there's really no point, and the person only has to do a 5 minimum. They don't have to do all of them, so they can just spend $250 to get off 5 inquiries, and if they see those come off, they'll come back and get the other 30 off that they got or something like that. So it's kind of like, there's no pressure. You do 5 at a time, 5 at a time every time, or you can do 5, test them out. You can do 30, whatever. So there's no pressure on that. And so like 250, very, very small amount of money to knock out those inquiries really fast. Okay. So, but there's no specials on that, and there will not be one for a whole year 2020. Okay. So just putting that out there. But anyway, guys, and ladies, thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate your time. Definitely got to go to the post office here by 4:30. Close here at 4:30. I got lots of things to send off here. I want to give y'all stuff, but I got plenty of let's just say plenty of things to send off here. That's got to go. All right. But thank y'all so much. If you need any information, please call 1-833-J-KNOWS. That's 1-833-556697. Don't forget, credit is queen. Your favorite guy in the hoodie, J Knows Credit. Signing out. See y'all next time.